Good afternoon, my dear students. So, already we have started module number 4, other materials and joining processes. So, in the last video, we discussed what is meant by ferrous material and what is meant by non-ferrous material. Now, in ferrous material, there are two categories, cast iron and steel. So, first I will tell you what is the difference between cast iron and the steel. See, cast iron and steel, these are the two actually alloys. These are the alloys. Why these are known as alloys? Because they are not pure metals, but cast iron and steel, they are alloy of iron, that is Fe, and carbon. Iron and carbon. So iron percentage is 90 to 92%, and in the remaining 8% we consider carbon, silicon, phosphorus, manganese, etc., etc. So what is the difference between steel and cast iron? When the carbon percentage is between 0.08% to 2%, so this category belongs to steel. And when the carbon percentage is between 2 to 6.67%, then that category belongs to cast iron. Now you tell me, in which category carbon is more? In cast iron, carbon is more, and therefore cast iron is more brittle and harder than the steel. Okay. Now today we are going to discuss the different types of cast iron. See, VTO exam point of view, this question is very important. So explain different types of cast irons. Now I will tell you different types of cast iron. First is grey cast iron, second is white cast iron, third is malleable cast iron, and fourth is nodular or ductile cast iron. Now in the examination you have to write grey cast iron. The composition means what? Percentage of carbon, silicon, okay, etc. Then briefly you have to describe its appearance, then properties, okay, then applications or uses. Now see, grey cast iron, why it is known as grey cast iron? Because it appears grey in color, therefore it is known as grey cast iron. Now I will tell you the composition. It contains 3.2 to 3.5% of the carbon, 1.3 to 2.3% of silicon, and small amount of silicon, phosphorus and manganese. Okay. Then see here carbon is in the form of graphite flakes. Carbon is in the form of graphite flakes. Okay. Now what are the properties? It is hard and brittle. It shows excellent cast stability. See, what is meant by cast stability? See, in a particular mold box, when we pour this in the liquid condition, it will move easily in the mold box and it will occupy all the spaces in the mold box. That is nothing but cast stability. It shows good machinability. Why? Easily we can machine this on any conventional machines or any other machines. Applications means uses. Base structure of machinery and equipments, rotor and disc brakes, clutch plates, cylinder blocks, brake drum, flywheels, etc. Machine tools, gear housings, etc. Next, white cast iron. Why it is known as white cast iron? Because it is white in color or its appearance is white, therefore it is known as white cast iron. Okay. Now what is the carbon percentage in white cast iron? You just see here, it contains 1.8 to 3.6% of carbon, 0.5 to 2% of silicon with small amount of sulfur, phosphorus and manganese. Okay. And how it is produced? See, we have to take gray cast iron and we have to rapidly cool it in a mold box. Then what will happen? The carbon or graphite will be not in the free condition. Will be not in the free condition. What are the properties? It is hard and brittle. It shows good wear resistance, high compressive strength, and it is not machinable. Uses or applications: rollers of the rolling mills, rim of the car wheel, railway wheel brake blocks, etc. Third category is malleable cast iron. See, it is produced by heat treatment of white cast iron. See, white cast iron is heat treated or heated in a furnace. After heating, this process is known as annealing. What is that is known as annealing. So after the heat treatment, this white cast iron becomes soft. Annealing means what? After the annealing process, it becomes soft. That means malleable cast iron is softer than white cast iron. Okay? Then it is heated to about 900 degrees Celsius for a long time with iron oxide in a furnace. Then when it is cooled, okay, combined carbon separates into nodules of free graphite. What is the carbon percentage? It contains 2 to 3% of the carbon, 0.5 to 1.3% of the silicon, with small amount of sulfur, phosphorus and manganese. What are the properties? What are the properties? It is malleable. It can be easily machined. Why it is malleable? Because it is made softened. It can be easily machined. It shows good corrosion and shock resistance. Applications or uses: it is used in the manufacturing of connecting rods, already I told you, in IC engines, transmission gears, crankshafts, gears, pipe fittings, etc. Then fourth category is nodular or ductile cast iron. It is produced by adding small amount of magnesium to the molten iron. Molten iron means what? See, when the iron is heated in the furnace at high temperature, it will be in the liquid condition. So that is nothing but molten. Okay? So in that molten iron, we add small amount of magnesium before pouring into the mold boxes. Okay? Then nodular or ductile cast iron is produced. It contains 3 to 4% of the carbon, 1 to 3.5% of the silicon, and small amount of sulfur, phosphorus and manganese. What are the properties? It possesses or it shows good wear and corrosion resistance. I told you what is corrosion. Okay, what is meant by corrosion? Corrosion is a rusting of the metal parts. Okay, so it shows good corrosion resistance, strength, shock resistance, ductility. See, what is meant by ductile material and brittle material? Cast iron is brittle because it contains, I told you, more percent of the carbon. So comparatively in steel, carbon percentage is less and therefore it is comparatively more ductile. It is not more harder because carbon percentage is less in steel compared to cast iron. Okay? And applications or uses: in the manufacturing of the gears, then dies, punches and rolls in pump bodies, furnace parts, etc. Okay, so it completes the types of cast iron. See, already I have given you the notes. I told you different types of cast irons. Okay, now after that we are going to discuss steel. See, steel is also ferrous material and I told you it is an alloy of iron and carbon. So what is the percentage of iron in steel, 90 to 92% of the iron, and in the remaining 8% we consider carbon, silicon, phosphorus, manganese, etc., etc. Okay, so it is classified as carbon steel. Okay, so carbon steel, again it is divided into three categories: low carbon steel, okay, medium carbon steel, and high carbon steel. So what is low carbon steel? It contains 0.03 to 0.25% of the carbon. Low means low percentage of the carbon. Properties: low strength, it is ductile, etc. Applications: it is used in chains, bolts, keys, etc. Second one, medium carbon steel, it contains 0.5 to 0.60% of the carbon. Properties: improved toughness, good machinability, etc. So applications: gears, axles, connecting rods, spring, etc. And third category is high carbon steel. It contains 0.6 to 1.5% of the carbon. Okay, so comparatively it is more harder, high hardness, high wear resistance, and high tensile strength. See dear friends, you just understand, low carbon steel means the percentage of the carbon is 0.03 to 0.25% of the carbon. Medium carbon steel means 0.25 to 0.60, and high carbon steel means 0.6 to 1.5% of the carbon. And second B category is alloy steel. The principal alloying elements are nickel, magnesium, and chromium, cobalt. Okay, thank you friends.